There are four completely different ways to build an AI agent, and picking the wrong one will cost you weeks. Most people never learn this. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is right for you. Let's map it. Here's the one law that governs all of it. Every tool you'll ever touch sits on a single scale. Speed and ease on one end, control and customization on the other. Push toward speed and you launch in minutes, but you're boxed in. Push toward control and you can build anything, but you maintain all of it. So the question is never which tool is best, it's how much control does this project actually need? That scale gives us four tiers. On the far left, no code. You build with forms and prompts. Then low code, a visual drag and drop canvas. Then the agent harness, a pre-built agent running in your own environment. And on the far right, full code. You write the whole thing in Python. We'll take them one at a time. Tier 1, no code. The whole idea here is that you describe what you want in plain English, and the platform figures out how to do it. Zero code. The best example right now is GenSpark's super agent. Under the hood, it's not one AI. It's orchestrating 9 different language models and over 80 tools. And it hands each part of your task to whichever one is best suited. You type a single prompt, and behind the scenes, one agent is researching, another is generating images, a third is building a spreadsheet, and they assemble the finished result for you. And the demand for this is staggering. GenSpark's super agent hit $36 million in annual revenue in 45 days. That's how badly people want just make it work tooling. It also ships ready-made sub-agents, AI slides, AI docs, AI developer. So common jobs are one click away. But here's the honest trade-off, because every tier has one. With no code, you only get what the platform decides to give you. The control is limited. Pricing is usually credit-based, and those unlimited plans tend to come with an asterisk. And if you need a strict, repeatable pipeline that runs the exact same way 10,000 times, this is a shaky place to build it. So who is this actually for? If you're non-technical, if you want a working result today, and if your work is varied and exploratory, different task every time rather than one fixed process, this tier is genuinely perfect for you. It is the single fastest path from an idea in your head to a working agent on your screen. My advice? Start here. Seriously. Only move right when no code stops being able to do what you need, not before. Tier 2, low code. And this is a real shift in how you build. In no code, you described a task. In low code, you actually build the logic yourself, but visually, without writing much code. Picture a canvas. You drag boxes onto it. Each box, or node, does one specific job. Call an API, run an AI model, transform some data, check a condition. Then you draw lines connecting them into a flow. A trigger fires at the top, data flows down through your branches, and a result comes out the bottom. This tier has one killer use case: automation. The repetitive work that should just run in the background without you touching it. Routing new leads to the right salesperson, turning every new blog post into 5 social posts, syncing data between 2 apps that don't talk to each other. If a process happens the same way every time, low code was built for exactly that. But the moment you enter low code, you hit a fork in the road, and it's the decision people agonize over: Make.com or Nate. Make is for non-technical teams. It's a clean, polished, cloud-based visual builder. Nothing to install, nothing to host, you just log in and build. Nate is for technical teams. It's self-hostable, open core, built on LangChain, and it ships with around 70 dedicated AI nodes. Plus, when you hit a limit, you can drop straight into custom JavaScript or Python. Let me make this real. A consultant inherited a client's make workflow, 47 steps long, constantly timing out, quietly burning money every month. He rebuilt the exact same thing in Nate, and the monthly bill dropped 71%. Now, the lesson is not Nate always wins. The lesson is, as your automation gets more complex, the more flexible tool starts paying for itself. Tier 3, the agent harness. This is where things get more serious and more powerful. Up to now, you've either filled in forms or wired up a canvas. Here, you do neither. Instead, you take a powerful, pre-built AI agent, one that already knows how to work autonomously, and you point it at your own environment, your machine, your code repository, your server. And these agents are capable. A harness agent can read and edit your files, run commands in your terminal, browse the web, and grind through a multi-step task on its own, planning, acting, checking its work, and trying again when something fails. It behaves less like a chatbot and more like a junior engineer you've handed the keys to. The big win of this tier, you get all that autonomous power without having to build the agent's brain yourself. Someone already did. You just deploy it and steer it. Two names to know in this tier. First, OpenHands. And heads up, it used to be called OpenDevin, so you'll see both names online. It's open source. It works with almost any AI model you want, and its standout feature is sandboxing. Every command it runs happens inside a sealed container that physically cannot touch the rest of your machine unless you approve it. That's what makes it safe to point at a real codebase and walk away. Second, Hermes, from Noose Research. Its superpower is memory. Think about it. Most AI agents forget everything the instant a task ends. Every job starts from zero. Hermes doesn't. It takes each completed task and distills it into a reusable skill it keeps, which means the longer you run it, the better it actually gets at your specific work. It's less like a tool and more like an employee who learns. Tier 4, full code. The far end of the spectrum. Maximum power, maximum control. Here, you write the agent's orchestration yourself in Python. Every decision it makes, every step it takes, every piece of memory it holds, all of it is yours to define, line by line. Two tools own this tier, and they work as a team. LangChain gives you the building blocks, the integrations to hundreds of models, the prompt templates, the tool definitions. It gets you from zero to a working AI app fast. LangGraph is the orchestration engine that sits underneath. It controls how all those pieces connect, loop, branch, and hold their state as the agent runs. A quick myth buster. LangChain and LangGraph are not competitors. Same company designed to be used together. LangChain is the parts. LangGraph is the assembly line that runs them. So why on earth would you write all that code when the other three tiers are easier? One word: reliability. And here is the single number that justifies this entire tier. Over 60% of production AI agent failures trace back to one root cause: lost state. The agent forgets where it was in a task. It repeats work it already did. Or it crashes halfway through and simply can't recover. A simple linear chain of steps has no defense against that. When it breaks, it's just gone. LangGraph is built specifically to survive it. It checkpoints its own progress as it goes, which means it can pause in the middle of a task, resume cleanly after a crash, and even stop to wait for a human to approve something before it acts. That durability is exactly why Klarna, LinkedIn, Uber, and Replit run it in production. All right, let's put the entire spectrum together in one view so it locks in. No code. You work through forms and prompts. It's for the non-technical builder exploring ideas fast. Think GenSpark. Low code. You work on a visual canvas. It's for automating repeatable processes. Think Make and N8N. Agent harness. You work in the terminal and command line. It's for running autonomous tasks on infrastructure you control. Think OpenHands and Hermes. Full code. You work in pure Python. It's for building a bulletproof production-grade product core. Think LangChain and LangGraph. 4 tiers. 4 totally different jobs. And this is the mindset I want you to walk away with. Not one of these is the best. Each one is simply the right answer to a different question. The skill isn't knowing the fanciest tool, it's matching the tool to the job. So let's turn all of this into a decision you can make in about 10 seconds. Ask yourself 4 questions in order. 1. Is this a one-off task or just an experiment? Then use no code. 2. Is it a stable, repeatable process you want automated? Low code. 3. Do you need a powerful, autonomous agent running on your own private infrastructure? Reach for an agent harness. 4. Are you shipping a real product that has to be reliable and completely under your control? That's full code. And if you remember nothing else, remember this one rule. It'll save you more pain than any tool recommendation. Start as far left as your requirements allow. Complexity is a cost you pay forever, not just once. So only move right when you hit a genuine wall that your current tier can't get you over. That's how you build smart.